and that's why habit tracking is so powerful, because the compound effect is about the little things you do each day. And the third thing that I would say would be tracking. So tracking metrics. So the first one's track habits. The second one is read books. The third one is track metrics. Now, metrics, what's the difference between a metric and a habit? A habit is green, yellow, red. So green is you did it. Yellow is you kind of did it. And red is you didn't do it. So if I want to exercise for 30 minutes and I only do 15 minutes, I get a yellow.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Infinite Ability Podcast. I am your host, Nick Yerhart, and we are here to encourage each other to find our own unique abilities. Let's go. All right, everyone. This episode is going to be epic. This guy has an amazing podcast himself, so I know that this is going to be a great show. So, Alan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Alan Lazaros. I am a podcaster, trainer, and coach, and I want to start with gratitude. I like to start with gratitude. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
I started listening to podcasts 9 years ago after a tough car accident I got in, and they really helped me sort of reorient my life in a more positive direction. And so now I'm helping people do that same thing, and I know we're here to talk about mindset and self-improvement, and I really appreciate you having me. So yeah, that's the shortest possible intro I can give.
Well, I love it, and your story sounds like mine. Me, about 4 years ago now, I was in a very dark place. I lost my dad almost 5 years ago now, so I was just not happy with life. I was very negative, and I found a podcast that completely changed everything. It turned my whole life around and got me on this awesome journey I'm on, and I'm super grateful.
Nice. Do you mind me asking what podcast did you find? What one was it?
Yep, it's called The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial.
Yep. Nice.
You know that one?
I do, yes.
Yeah, Rob's amazing. So
it's a great name of a podcast too. Great name.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yep. So yeah, when it comes to your podcast, what's it about?
The podcast, yeah. So we have kind of 2 podcasts, about to be 3, which is interesting. But the Next Level University, spelled just like it sounds, is the show, and it's really about how to get to the next level. So the metaphor is the mountain that gets higher as you climb it. So no matter how hard your past has been, no matter how hard your present is, there's always a next level, and you have a spotless future. And if you learn from your past and build in the present, you really can have a bigger, better, brighter future. And that's really what the podcast is about. But the podcast pitch, quote unquote, is 1% improvement in your pocket from anywhere on the planet, holistic self-improvement, health, wealth, life, and love, completely free. And we do an episode every day. But ultimately, it's about self-improvement, it's about success, and it's about fulfillment. It's about self-awareness and external awareness. And we help people get to the next level. Pun intended.
Dude, I love that. That sounds amazing. I will check it out. I know it's a good show. And, you got that awesome podcast voice going on. So, good for you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, mindset.
Are you saying I have a face for radio? I'm kidding.
I'm not going to go there. But, no, like, seriously, mindset is everything. Like, once I learned how to change my mindset to a more positive and growth mindset, like, the whole world opens up. You see things a lot differently, and you act a lot differently. You're more confident in yourself. You start to love who you are, and then good things just come to you.
The way you look at things changes what you see, what you feel, what you do, what you believe, what you say. And so, I mean, one shift in the way you look at yourself, or the way you look at others, or the way you look in at the world changes pretty much everything. And for me, after I faced sort of mortality in that car accident, it got me to look more at myself. It got me to self-reflect, because before 26, I was very improvement-oriented. I was very achievement-oriented. I was very goals and dreams-oriented. I believed in myself a lot, but I was drinking too much and too often. I was spreading myself too thin. I was everything for everyone. I was really unfulfilled, honestly. I was successful, but I was unfulfilled. And after that, after the car accident, I really got into self-improvement and self-reflection. And so I have this sort of learning loop that I think is really powerful for everybody, which is, number one, believe in something. Number two, implement, which is do something. Number three is reflect on the outcome. Like after you do something, reflect on it. And then after that, it's learn. And after learn, it's improve. And after improve, it's believe even more, and then implement again, and then reflect again, and then learn again, and then improve again. And it becomes this sort of snowball that helps you really improve yourself and your life. And then you're leading by example. So now other people are inspired. It can be a really upward, awesome thing.
Oh yeah, I agree. And I like how you said, you lead by example, and then the people around you start to improve and get better and better. And also you start to change the people you're around a lot of times. I know that's something that I've done, because, like they say, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around. Well, who are those 5 people that you're around most? Take a look at their lives. Are they living the type of life that you want? If not, then you should try to do something about that,
100%.
So, like, for me, something that I realized, through this journey, it's been about 3 years now since I really got started into self-development and everything.
Nice.
And it's incredible, because the more I improve, the more the world improves.
Yeah.
Like, looking back now, it's like, man, I remember, like, seeing, like, all this negative stuff happening all over. I was scared of things, all that. And now it's like, the world just got better. But it's like, the world didn't get better. I got better. I changed, and that kind of changed how I look at the world. Just like you were saying.
Yeah, it's like looking at the world through a certain lens. And when you change, and this is a good example too, if you ever watch a movie that you saw as a kid, and then you watch it again, that movie will either be better or worse than you thought it was going to be.
Yep, exactly.
And nothing in the movie changed, but something inside you changed. The way you see the movie changed. And so the world didn't necessarily get better or worse. I mean, maybe it did, because obviously the world is improving in certain ways and not in others. But ultimately, when you transform, it also transforms the way you see the world, and the way you see movies, and the way you can do this with a book too. When you notice something in a book you never noticed before, you're not noticing something new in the book, you're noticing something new inside of you. And I think that's a really powerful framework.
Yeah, I agree. I know that, like, I do courses a lot, and I'll go through the same course I've done 5 times before. Every time I get something new out of it. It's like, oh. And, like, I look at it as, like, I'm growing, I'm learning more, and I'm understanding more. That's the cool thing. It's like the first time I went through it, it's like I didn't understand what they're talking about. Now it's like, oh, hey, look at, I know that, So yeah, it's really awesome when you can recognize your own growth. And then I think it's important. Celebrate that type of stuff. Celebrate the small wins when you notice yourself, Yeah,
absolutely. I frequent a course. I have a course that I took by Darren Hardy called Insane Productivity. And I bought it 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. It was actually really expensive, but I've taken that course dozens of times. I love it. I love it. And every time there's something new in there that I was like, I never really got that before, but now I get that. Yeah. And so, yeah.
So one thing that I want to try to teach our audience, or help them, I should say, is, I'm sure you can look back in your life, I know I can, and when you're feeling stuck, like you're stuck and you don't know what to do, like you want a better life, but you just don't know what you should start with first. what would be like 3 things that you could share that would help someone with that?
Yeah, so the first thing is the doom loop versus the success loop. My job as a coach, I currently coach 30 individuals right now. That's 30 people on my roster currently, but I've coached hundreds over the years. The doom loop is I don't believe in myself, therefore I don't take action, therefore I don't get results, which then makes me believe in myself even less. So that's the doom loop. You want to try to get out of the doom loop, aka I have uncertainty, so I don't take action, so then I don't get results, which then makes me even more uncertain. The success loop is the opposite. The success loop is I believe in myself and I have certainty or courage. I take action, messy action. I get results, which then makes me believe in myself even more. And that's a success loop. And so you gain momentum. So that's the first thing I would say. But the 3 like sort of quick tips. Number 1 is habit tracking. I started tracking habits in these tiny little black notebooks. They're actually behind me. Oh, no, they're not over there. They're over this way. Over there. But I had these little tiny black notebooks that I would put in my pocket and I would carry them around and I would check off my habits each day. And now I have all my clients and my team. We have a 22-person team at NLU and we all track habits now and we run reports and all that. So you can start super small. I think mine is up to 22 habits and then 3, actually I think I have 6 metrics. So metrics and habits, but ultimately habit tracking is super powerful because what happens is you start to get a streak going. And once you get a streak going, it becomes more painful to break the streak than it is to do the thing. So last night I was in the gym and I didn't want to go before that. And I remember thinking, so me and my girlfriend, we started a little challenge. We have a streak going, pretty big streak. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not breaking the streak. I got to go. I got to do it. So that's number 1 is habit tracking. Number 2, what would be number 2? Probably good books. You got to read good books. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
So I have these 3 books behind me. These are the ones that I recommend to everyone. 5 books, sorry, 5. The first one is Rationality. The second one is Same as Ever. The third one is The Compound Effect. The fourth one is The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. And the 5th one is Essentialism.
Okay.
Those are my top 5.
I've only read the Compound Effect. So
The Compound Effect is my favorite one.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So
it's
good. So good.
Yeah,
and
so good.
That's probably the third thing that I would say. And that's why habit tracking is so powerful because the compound effect is about the little things you do each day. And the third thing that I would say would be tracking. So tracking metrics. So the first one's track habits. The second one is read books. The third one is track metrics. Now, metrics, what's the difference between a metric and a habit? A habit is green, yellow, red. So green is you did it. Yellow is you kind of did it. And red is you didn't do it. So if I want to exercise for 30 minutes and I only do 15 minutes, I get a yellow. And I use a spreadsheet, so I use Google Sheets, so it'd be a 0.5. If I didn't do it, I'd get a 0. If I did do it, I'd get a 1. And then there's a sort of output formula that tracks my percentage. A metric is different. A metric is like your weight, or a metric is how much revenue you are grossing. A metric is, what's another good example of a metric? The number of pages you read this month. A metric is how many books you've read in your life. A metric is the amount of cash on hand you have available in your bank account. A metric is the streak that you have going, how long the streak is. So here's a good example. So a habit would be exercising for 30 minutes a day. That's the habit. A metric would be how many days in a row I've done that. That might be a metric. And so that's a good sort of example.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I got 2 things that I'm going to start doing now. You know,
nice.
I read books, but I track my habits and then I track my metrics too. I think that is really, really gold. Like definite gold. So I thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If I could go back in time and double down on one thing, it would be help people habit track more. Because the only way to stay on track is to track. As a matter of fact, I'll be brief about this, but I'm tracking a new metric. I'm coaching a woman named Heather. She is a pilot, and pilots have an on-time record. And so I was actually 1 minute late to our meeting, and I apologize for that. I was on with a client before this, and I actually have an on-time record that I track, and I am officially 29 out of 57. So I have been on time 29 out of 57 times. which is not great, but I'm working on improving it. And so what you measure, you can improve. And I've been tracking an on-time record this week and last week, and it's been quite humbling, to be honest. And I was only a minute late, but that still counts as being late. So that hurt my on-time record.
I was sitting here like, come on, dude. I want to do this podcast. Let's go.
Yeah. You were sitting here waiting for me? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm the type of person where I'm always on time.
That's good. I'm trying to get on your level, my friend. I'm trying to get on your level.
It's something that I've always taken seriously. Yeah. So, it's important in life, just for people to know that they can count on you, that you're dependable, especially when you have a business like what we do. We're coaches, we have a podcast. It's like
punctuality. Very important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. So, awesome.
You have a sentence in behind you. Success is not the key to confidence. Confidence is the key to success. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't know where I've seen it, but I might have stole it and put my name on it.
Sounds good. You funny. Nice.
Yeah. But I liked it. I read it somewhere and I was like, that's me, because me, 3 years ago, I was not confident, like, at all in myself. I didn't like who I was. And if you don't like who you are, then you're not going to be very confident.
Agreed.
So, yeah. So now, throughout my journey, I've gained a lot of confidence. If you were to talk to me, 3 years ago and been like, you should go be on a podcast, I would have said, that'll never happen.
Really?
Now I've been on, I think, 13 other podcasts, and This is my 83rd podcast episode on my podcast.
Strong work. Strong work. What was once just a dream is happening right now.
Exactly. So, it's super awesome. So, yeah. All right, man. So, how can people reach out to find you?
Yeah, so if anyone feels lost or directionless and they just want to ignite their motivation, inspiration, education, that's really what it is. It's to inspire, motivate, and educate. Self-improvement, success, achievement. You can check out the podcast, Next Level University, spelt just like it sounds. We also have a website called nextleveluniverse.com. Not to be confused with Next Level University. The website is nextleveluniverse.com, spelled just like it sounds. You can also email me, alan@nextleveluniverse.com. Just please provide context, because like all of us, I get a lot of spam mail.
Yep, same. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's brutal. Yep. So please don't email me unless it is with context of where you heard me and what the context is. But ultimately, I'm a business coach. So if you want to grow, scale, monetize a business, we also have a podcast production agency. So, but yeah, if you just want to improve yourself and get some more direction, I can help you with tracking metrics and habits and all that kind of stuff. And awesome. I really appreciate it, Nick.
Awesome. So I got one more question. My slogan is, your abilities are infinite. Well, what does that mean to you?
What it means to me is the metaphorical mountain. I have it written in the corner of my office. You are here to maximize your own unique potential and help others do the same. Everything else is secondary. The key word in there is unique. So everyone out there has a unique potential. Mine is different than yours, is different than everyone else's. That's a mountain that gets higher as you climb it. There's no end. It's infinite. Your potential is infinite in the sense that you get to the next level and then there's a next level. You get to the next level and then there's a next level. It's an infinite game. And so yes, life is finite. Not all of us are going to live forever, but your potential, what is possible for you, is an infinite game. And it's a mountain that gets higher as you climb it. And the only wrong answer is to not climb it to the best of your abilities. And that's what that means to me.
man, I love that. And, you know, it goes along with like how I think of self-development. You know, there's no end goal. It's just something that I'm going to improve on the rest of my life. You know, I
Same.
don't have like a target for that. It's just like let's see how high we can go. You know, that's kind of where I'm at. So, yeah. All right. Do you have any last words of wisdom?
I would say, first of all, thank you for having me again.
Of course.
If anyone's out there watching or listening to this, there are so many people that have faced so much adversity, and they have come out of the other side more motivated, more inspired, more intelligent, more compassionate, more capable, believing in themselves and their own bigger, better future even more. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, not everyone does. Some people get cynical and nihilistic and hopeless and helpless. But there are people who turn their adversity into advantage. And so the last thing that I would say is take personal responsibility for your own life and start small and have faith in your own brighter future and then move toward that brighter future with everything you've got. And if you do that, you'll build belief, you'll build self-worth, you'll build self-trust, you'll be fulfilled, and the world will be a better place because of it. Because most of the time, when we're not maximizing our potential, we become unfulfilled. And when we're unfulfilled, we unintentionally hurt other people. And fulfilled people don't hurt people. So go get after it, maximize your own unique potential. The world needs what only you have. And as much as that might sound like a fortune cookie quote, it is true. It is true. And the world will be a better place with your potential maximized. So yeah, that's what I would end with.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Nick. I really appreciate it. It was an honor. Keep doing what you're doing, my friend.
If you enjoyed this show, please go ahead and share it on your Instagram story and tag me in the Nick Yerhart. Also, go ahead and share it anywhere else that you see fit, because the only way that I can grow this is by you guys sharing it. I don't sell anything on here. I don't have any sponsors. So let's just get it out there by word of mouth and help more people. Alright, everyone. Remember, your abilities are infinite.